Hi, in this demo, I'll showcase how we can import users, roles, groups, licenses, devices, information from Okta to assets in Jira Service Management. The application that will help you to do the automation and synchronization is OnLink. OnLink is available in the Atlassian marketplace. The first step in the process is to establish the connection to Okta. So you add a system, you select Okta, and you want to provide the API credentials to connect to the Okta endpoint. Usually it's the API URL and your API key. You can work with your Okta admin to get the API key set up to connect to the Okta instance. Once connection is uh, established, you can verify the connection by testing using the test feature. Once connection is ready to go, we can easily add the mapping. For example, here you can do an asset import. If I select your endpoint as Okta, point it to your schema. Let's say I want to point it to the user schema. And in the documentation, we have given some sample mapping. For example, I want to get the basic name, department, users, etc. You can easily get that particular mapping for the Okta users. Here we have also added additional documentation, like any API that is exposed through the Okta APIs is available to be imported. You can verify and view the Okta API documentation for very specific API attributes. Once that is mapping is done, you can do a quick fetch API sample to verify and validate the data responses, complete the mapping. Here are a few highlights to note. We can provide search functionalities. So for example, you don't want all users or specific things that you want to exclude, you can use the search functionality. Then we are allowed to do roles, groups, which are like usually as child objects. We have specific syntax to map roles, group. Similarly, managers, etc. We follow a syntax to map it. If there are additional data sources that I want to pull, like for example, applications, we have provided a variable called config data source where you can point to a specific endpoint and do the mapping. And that's it, folks. Once that is done, the application is ready to go. The mapping is complete, and a quick get data will enable the user to get the data and verify the record count, the total number of records, etc. Then you import the assets will be synchronized. Um, we also provide scheduling. Once you verify the mapping and the data sets are accurate, you can enable scheduling. We provide various frequencies to do this synchronization on an ongoing basis. And you can have multiple imports. As you can see from my screen, I can have an import for users, role, groups, apps, devices, etc. You can also do joins, like for example, if you are able to import your employee data from a HR system, you can do the join condition. So that way you have a 360-degree view of your employees, the roles, users, groups, apps assigned to that particular employee. Then you extend it to devices, licenses, entitlements. You have a good enriched view of that particular employee's assets. And when a ticket is open, now you can quickly traverse through the assets to see what type of a laptop, what type of licenses that particular user, and quickly move through the resolution process, avoiding manual back and forth. Hope this is useful. Feel free to check out OnLink on the various integrations that we support. Thank you.